So, big gulps, huh?
Big gulps, huh? Well, see you later.
Hello and welcome to Wednesday Wisdom. My name is Dr. Cameron Garber. We've got a special guest, Adam Hartshorn. He is an awesome musician as well as a physical therapy student that's here with us at Body Smart and a runner himself and kind of mountain athlete. He loves to mountain bike and just get out there and spend time on the mountain. He likes to do parkour.
Yes, I do. Yeah.
Parkour.
Hardcore parkour. If anything, go halfway.
Right. No, you can't go halfway. Which leads into our bit of wisdom, getting the right mindset for running. So we wanted to talk about that today. And mindset is a really interesting thing, having kind of that mental toughness and the mindset that's going to help you have the mental toughness to accomplish your goals. I think one of the biggest key mindset areas is a mindset of consistency. Just being consistent with your training, doing it every single day. Nothing is going to get you as much improvement as this mindset of just being consistent. So I would say number one mindset you have to have is consistency. And that is despite any kind of roadblocks. You've got to find a way to still get it done. One of the biggest things there, some of the interviews we've been doing for our podcast has been with people that have had incredible barriers to their running and have found a way to stay consistent despite those barriers. One with a kidney transplant. People with tough jobs or working multiple jobs or things, and finding a way to stay consistent has been what's helped them to accomplish their goals, but also fixed so many other things in their life. So having that mindset of consistency and not feeling broken just because you have barriers or have pain. People that have come back from just horrific injuries. And really, it was that mindset of consistency that didn't allow them to take a break or to feel broken because they had a health condition or things like that. And so if you can get in that mindset where you're not broken and where you can be healthy and where you can be in charge, I think that's really, really important. That if you have an injury, not to stop running or to rest or to whatever, but instead find a way that you can keep moving. You may have to modify what you're doing, but keep moving. That, to me, is one of the biggest mindset areas. But there's a lot of other mindset tools that you may need to be a quality runner. What are some of the mindset things that you use to help you? We talked about singing or music or things like
anything. There's like a lot of different aspects that you need to have like a tough mindset or use have a strong mindset. So, like for instance, as I go and perform my music in front of people, you can get stage fright. And I think probably the same thing happens for athletes a lot, where they may not perform as fully as they really want to. And a huge part of that is either your autonomic nervous system you're too pumped up or not pumped up enough.
Right.
And finding the balance in there is really important. So you can do things like having like a little relaxation session beforehand, learning to just have a breathing thing that you go through on your own. Or on the other hand side of things, like learning what are some catchphrases I can say to pump myself up, just like personally or whatever.
Yeah, I totally agreed. One of my favorite movies is a baseball movie with, I think it's Kevin Costner. Yeah, where he says, "Clear the mechanism." Before he goes to throw, to wash the world out. That's what he says to himself. Clear the mechanism, and the crowd goes silent. Right, and that's that kind of a thing, right? Some kind of mindfulness.
It sounds really
exercise.
cheesy, but it's so effective. And if you look at the athletes who are just at the very top of their game, almost all of them have something like that.
Yeah.
So
I remember listening to a podcast, or actually it was a live interview that he did at the Utah Running Shop, where he talked about some of the mantras that he uses, and I think that's important to have some mantras and things, things that he tells himself. And so it was really interesting to hear this, amazing elite athlete hear his, some of his things. So one of his is just 5 quick steps. He tells himself that all the time, 5 quick steps. When he wants to up that pace, because he runs at a pace that is what he calls uncomfortably uncomfortable. So there's that comfortably uncomfortable that we tend to run at. He runs at a pace that's more uncomfortably uncomfortable. And so like getting a little bit faster, closing the gap between you and the guy in front of you, that's hard when you're already running like a 450 something pace or whatever. And you have to kick that up a little bit more, that's really hard to make that acceleration. So what he tells himself is just 5 quick steps. And he knows if he can do 5 quick steps that he can settle into that new pace. And so that was a fascinating thing to hear, like one of his things. He has many others that he tells himself, I'm sure, but that's one for just picking up the pace a little bit. All I need is 5 quick steps. Yeah, simple things like that.
Yeah, I think I like the idea of being able to do more than you think you could do, and I think that's true for like running. Obviously, people who do ultras and parkour, you see people doing crazy things, and you're like, how is that humanly possible?
Or safe.
Yeah, or safe. Like, how did they not break their knees?
Right.
But when you're able to just break it down into really small steps of what do I need to do to improve, what is the only thing that I need to think about right now is taking 5 quick steps.
Yeah.
Or the only thing I need to think about right now is my breathing or calming down, whatever it is.
Right.
As you break it down into those little steps, that's how you achieve the seemingly impossible.
Right. I totally agreed. Taking kind of a stepwise mindset of what is that one thing that I can focus on today. One thing with gait training and stuff like that is people try to modify their running or improve in their running. They often try to tackle too much. And so having a mindset where you really do only focus on one thing at a time really can help. So building that mental toughness really is an experimentation game for you of finding what phrases work for you, finding what things work for you that help you become a little bit more mentally tough, help you really dial in what you need to do for you to kind of psych yourself out and get the best in terms of performance. So that's definitely something where I would experiment, but find ways, phrases, songs you can listen to, songs you can sing to yourself, or books on tape, or whatever works for you to help either clear your mind or focus on the right things as you run. Because we all kind of hit those walls, either during training or during race day. And being able to have some tricks that you can use to gain that mental toughness and get in the right mindset, both in your training as well as race day, really can help you. By having that consistency of mindset too, that really helps you on race day, in my opinion, because you can lean on that and say, look, I've done this a million times. I've run this distance, or I've run this pace, or I've run this. I know that my body can do it. So I just got to stick with it for a couple more miles. And that really can help you on race day. So anyway, hopefully that helps. There's your little nugget of Wednesday wisdom. Thanks so much for joining us. And thanks, Adam, for joining us.
Yeah, happy to be here.
You may see him on some future videos. He's here for the next couple of months. So we get free labor and free concerts, because he's a brilliant musician. Look him up, Adam Hartshorn. Couple of my personal favorites are his song Eve and his song Dreaming. So check some of those out.
I appreciate it.
Shameless plug for Adam.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of fun to have him here with us. And thanks so much, and we'll see you on the next one.